Welcome to the Homework Solutions video for Chapter 6, Lesson 1, Day 2, Understanding Percents. So, your extra practice is the rest of the independent practice from the textbook. That's page 313 to 314, 15 through 18. So, in this video, I am going to be doing the calculations rather quickly. That is with the assumption that if you get stuck and you need help with those, you can go back and watch the other video that talks all about decimals and fractions and percents. So I do go into much greater depth in how to make those conversions in that video. So if you're feeling lost and confused on that part, go check out that video. So, of the 500 vehicles that pass a junction, 108 are taxis. What percent of the vehicles that pass the junction are taxis? Well, 108 of the 500 are taxis. So that's the fraction. Now we need to turn that into a percent. So we're going to multiply this by 100%. And in that video, I go into much greater detail on, by telling you that it's 100%, your brain should be thinking 100% is the same as 100 over 100. You have all the pieces. And if you look at that fraction, it's definitely one whole. So I'm going to keep track of that percent sign because that's a big deal. So looking at what we have written now, I see that we have a fraction times a whole number. So before I multiply, I am going to simplify. And I'm going to simplify by dividing by 100, which will turn that into a 1, and turn that into a 5. So I'm left with 108 fifths times 1, and that's just 108 over 5%, because that's percent, so this is going to be our percent. So in this case, that percent sign almost functions like it's a unit. So 108 fifths, I'm going to think about this like it is 108 divided by 5 and solve that using division. So if I set this up, 108 divided by 5 goes into 0 one time, 5 goes into 10 two times, 5 goes into 8 one time, and I'm left with 21 and 3 fifths. So I could say that my answer, that the percent of vehicles, is 21 and 3 fifths percent. Now I do want to convert this 21 and 3 fifths into 21 and 6 tenths, so that way I could say 21 and 6 tenths as a decimal as well. So write it like a fraction, multiply by 100%, and do your calculations. Question 2. In a bakery, 24 chocolate tarts, 38 strawberry tarts, and 18 cheese tarts were made. What percent of the tarts are chocolate? So we need to figure out how many total tarts there are, and then 24 of them are chocolate. So if we do 24 plus 38 plus 18, I know that's going to be 40, 56, and 24 plus 56 is 80. So we have 24 eightieths are chocolate. So let's do our math. Times 100. Let's divide that by 10. Divide that by 2. So we're left with 5. And we're left with 4. So now, 24 fourths times 5. I'm going to do some simplifying first. I know 24 divided by 4 is 6. And remember, that's percents. And 6 times 5 is 30%. So 30% of those tarts are chocolate. There's my answer right there. 30%. And that math looked actually quite simple. Because I think if my parents were trying to teach me how to do this, they would tell me that I would need to do 24 divided by 80. And I guess, these numbers do play pretty well together, don't they? But nevertheless, 30% are chocolate. Good deal. The table shows the number of books loaned out at a library in 1 week. What percent of the total number of books were loaned out on Wednesday? Wednesday's right here. So we need to do some addition. 12 plus 42 plus 30 plus 56 plus 10. So we have 66. We have 72. And we have 12. So that's 84 plus 66 is 150. Okay, so 30 of the 150 books we're checked out on Wednesday. I'm going to just simplify this first right away, because why would we deal with bigger numbers than what we need to? That's equal to 3/15. I can divide those both by 3, so 1/5. And if we're going to then use our steps from up above, 1/5 times 100%, we can simplify. And now we are left with 1 times 20%, which is 20%. Cool. Check it out. Now, I suppose you could have also taken the route of, I know 1/5 is equal to 2/10, or 2/10, or 20/100, and 20/100 would be 20%. Either way, lots of different ways to get to the same answer. And it's all based conceptually on what's happening in these problems. So, okay. We're turning each percent into a fraction or mixed number, and the key being simplest form. So percent, remember that means per cent, or for each 100. So 64% is 64 of the hundredths. And as a fraction, I could divide by 2, and I get 32/50. I can divide that by 2 again, and then I get 16. Ooh, bro. 16/25. Is that right? That seems wrong. Let's check ourselves. Question 4. 16/25. Okay. Hey, you know what? We did it. 86%. 86 out of 100. Divide by 2 again, I suppose. So that's going to be 43/50. 43 is prime. We're done. 215%. 215 out of 100 is 2 and 15 100ths. Let's divide by 5. And we have 2 and 3/20. 3 is prime. We're done. 375 hundredths is 3 and 75 hundredths. Divide by 25. And 3 and 3/4. Boom. Express each percent as a decimal. This is 7 hundredths, or 7 hundredths. 99 hundredths, or 99. That ends in the hundredths place. 123 hundredths, or 1 and 23 hundredths. 580 hundredths, or 5 and 80 hundredths. And that should be good. We got that one right. I remember that one. And that one. This. Yes. Yes. I mean, I left that 0 on there, but it doesn't change the answer at all, the value. So we are good to go. Hot dog. I think it's much easier to go from percents to fractions and decimals than it is to go from fractions and fractions especially into percents. But it is doable. Again, if you're stumped, watch that other video. Thank you.